Well, hello there, folks. Welcome to this video. This video is all about how do I hold people's attention, knowing that attention spans are dropping faster, 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 and faster. Now, strangely enough, as ironic as it is, I actually pre-recorded this video. I did another version of this video, but I realized it was way too long. I needed to cut it down so that you could get the meat and guts out of this video so it would be short, sharp, and to the point, right? So here's the thing, folks. We need to appreciate that your learners cannot physically concentrate as long as you think they may be able to, right? And the science is actually showing that attention spans are dropping faster and faster every single year. Now, back in 2013, they looked at the science, they studied, and they found that people can generally, at that time, concentrate for around 8 minutes, right? But these days, people are zoning out, falling asleep, even faster than ever before. So if you're running a workshop these days, if you're delivering training, corporate space, or even as a public speaker, you need to appreciate attention spans. You need to capture them and you need to hold them and you need to work harder to do that, right? So here's the thing, folks. Current research is showing that people can only concentrate for around 3 minutes. Yep, 3 minutes. So you probably want to grab a pen and write that down. So you are competing against human nature if you are delivering a presentation or a workshop, right? So it kind of would make sense that we embrace that. We go, okay, cool. I need to do something about that. I need to shift to speaking to that new fact as opposed to going, oh, well, I think people can listen to me for a very long time and still be engaged. It's not how the world works anymore, folks. It's not the paradigm that we're in. So in this video, I want to give you 3 tips. How many tips? 3 on how you can work with the depleted time space and not go against it, right? So number 1, momentum, momentum, momentum. Everyone, write that word down. Momentum. Momentum is key. The magic is in the momentum. What we mean by that is the pace. It's the pace, right? Important stuff, slow down. But the less important stuff, go fast and make sure your train is moving quickly and people are on the train and you are driving the train. What do I mean by that? As quick as possible, get people taking action. Walk in your room, get people to write something down as fast as possible. Get people to stand up as fast as possible. Get people to move around the room as fast as possible, right? That is going to help you own the space, but also capture and hold people's attention, right? So number 1 is momentum. Create momentum in your room and always be thinking, what's the level of momentum that I've got in the room right now? Second, number two is variety of tasks. You see, in order to capture and hold people's attention, they need to be wondering what's going to happen next, right? Just like in a movie or just like a TV show, people are wondering, what's going to happen next, right? And great plots have lots of elements of suspense in them. So if you want to engage people, have so many varieties of different things in your arsenal that people are always wondering what's going to happen next. Do individual work, pair work, group work, research work, watch a video, do a something else, something else, something else, something else, and keep the variety so active and so engaging that it's kind of like a time warp. People are like, well, we're doing so much, but in so little time, right? So you want to create that air of, wow, so much is happening, and this is such a great journey. And the more variety that you add in of different ways of doing your workshop, the less people are going to be time watching or looking at the clock and wondering what's going on and where else could I be? What else could I be doing, right? Number three on ways to beat an attention span is shorter time frames. So let's recap. Number 1, momentum is the magic. Magic is in the momentum. Number 2, more varieties of. And number 3 is shorter time frames. Because here's what amateurs do. They create activities, and the activities will go for 5 or 10 minutes or even 15 minutes. We need to appreciate, though, that there is something in human nature that happens when people go into a group task. What happens is people go into a group task, and probably around 3.5 minutes in, you're going to have at least 1 or 2 people that sit back and go, they're going to say to their partner, so what are you doing on the weekend? yeah, did you catch the game last night? Or yeah, like, do you have any pets? And they're going to start the social chit chat, right? So we need to appreciate that if you want to capture and hold people's attention, you need to be very careful to not make your group activities too long. You want to make them short and productive. So highly likely people are going to go into their groups and they're going to fall into social chit chat. So you want to preempt that and you want to stop your group activities once they hit the productive peak and then bring them back, right? Whether that's in a breakout room or face to face, you're doing group activities, you want to catch them at the peak and then stop the activity. Peak, stop, peak, stop. Because once they go over that hill, you've lost them, right? And this was a really cool insight that I got very early on in my career. I'm like, okay, cool. Once I lost them, I lost them, right? So you want to see where the peak of productivity is there and then stop them, all right? Then bring them back. And that's also going to train the audience to be as productive as possible and as quickly as possible and get the stuff done because they're going to realize, wow, I don't have time to flop around. I don't have time to talk about my weekend. I've got to go in there and get the job done. So let's recap. Number one, if you want to hold people's attention and for longer periods of time, number one, momentum, 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 momentum. Number two is varieties of tasks. Varieties of different things. They're like, what's going to happen next? And last of all, number three is shorter time frames. Don't do a 20-minute activity. Do lots of 3-minute activities or 5-minute activities. Or if you have to, 8-minute activities. But be fast, productive, and keep people focused, present, and inspired throughout the process there. On that note, folks, hope you got some value from the video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. But remember, people cannot, they literally cannot be focused as long as they used to be. And it's more like the intensity of the questions of, is this worth my time and what else could I be doing? Is this worth my time and what else could I be doing? Is so strong in the participants' minds these days that we just have to work with it, not against it, right? If we try and do the opposite, like, oh, everyone listen to me for 20 minutes, it's not going to work out well, folks. So make sure you make the jump and you go, okay, how can I work with people's attention spans, not against them? Thanks for watching, team, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, like, comment, share. Let's get this out there. And you'll find more tips like this in my book if you want to find out cool stuff about training and presenting. Check it out. Thanks so much for watching, team. Always speak to be remembered, speak to inspire change, and we wish you the very best as the amazing presenter that you are. Thanks, team.